Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Today I will solve the question 1 first. I will observe the information given. Then I will take the sales amount. After that, cost of goods sold amount. And I will minus sales and cost of goods sold to get gross margin. And for selling, I will take variable selling, sum with fixed selling. And for administrative, I will take variable administrative, sum with fixed administrative. And then I will total the selling and administrative. Then I will take gross margin and minus with selling and administrative expenses to get net operating income. And for contribution for my income statement, I will take sales amount, then cost of goods sold amount, after that variable selling, then variable administration. And for variable expenses, I will total cost of goods sold, variable selling, and variable administration. And I will take sales and the total of variable expenses. I will minus both of them to get contribution margin. And for fixed selling, I will take the amount of fixed selling, and fixed administrative, I will take the amount of fixed administrative. And I will sum both of fixed selling and fixed administrative. Then I will take contribution margin minus with total of fixed expenses to get net operating income. For question 2, I will observe the information given first. And for step 1, mailing, I will take the amount of mailing total fixed manufacturer overhead cost and assembly total fixed manufacturer overhead cost. And then variable manufacturer overhead per machine hour for mailing, and variable manufacturer direct labor hour as for assembly. For total machine hour mailing and total direct labor hour for assembly. For total variable manufacturer overhead for mailing, I will times variable manufacturer overhead per machine hour with total machine hour, and do the same for assembly. And for total manufacturer overhead, I will take total fixed manufacturer and sum with total variable manufacturer overhead, and do the same for assembly. And for step 2, I will take total manufacturer overhead mailing and total manufacturer overhead assembly. For total machine hour for mailing, and for total direct labor hour for assembly. And as for predetermined, predetermined overhead rate per machine hour, I will take total manufacturer overhead divided with total machine hour, and do the same for assembly. Step 3, determine overhead per machine hour for mailing and determine overhead rate direct labor hour for assembly. For machine hour for the job for mailing, and direct labor hour for the job for assembly. And for manufacture overhead applied, I will take determine overhead times with machine hour for mailing and reducing for assembly. For step 4, direct material mailing and direct material assembly. And then I will total both of it. And as for direct labor cost for mailing and for assembly, and I will sum both of them. Manufacturing overhead applied for mailing and for assembly. And I will sum both of them. And then the total of direct material, direct labor cost and manufacture overhead, I will sum all of it to get total cost of job 407. And as for step 5, total cost of job 407, and markup, I will times total cost of job and markup. And then selling price, I will take total cost and markup. I will sum both of them to get selling price of job 407. And as for question 3, I will observe the information given first. And then equivalent unit of production. For unit transferred to the next department, I will sum unit in process, unit started into production during the period, and ending working in process inventory unit in process. And for conversion, I will do the same. Equivalent unit in ending work in process inventory. Materials, I will take unit in process times with completion with respect to materials. And for conversion, I will take unit in process and times with completion with respect to conversion. And as for equivalent unit of production, I will sum unit transferred to the next department and the total of equivalent unit in ending work in process inventory. I will do the same for conversion. Cost per equivalent unit, cost of beginning work for material. I will take the material cost, and for conversion, I will take the conversion cost. Cost added during the period for material, I will take the amount of material cost, and for conversion, I will take the conversion cost. For total cost, I will sum both of cost of beginning work and cost added during the period and do the same for conversion. For equivalent unit of production, I will take the equivalent unit of production for materials and conversion. For cost per equivalent unit, I will take the total cost and divide it with equivalent unit of production and do the same for conversion. Cost of ending work in process inventory and in the unit transfer out, I will take the equivalent unit ending work in process. For materials and for conversion, cost per equivalent unit for materials and for conversion. Cost of ending work in process inventory, I will take equivalent unit times with cost per equivalent unit and do the same for conversion, and then I will sum both of cost of ending work in process inventory for materials and conversion. Unit completed and transferred out, I will take unit transferred to the next department for materials, and do the same to the conversion. And cost per equivalent unit for materials and cost per equivalent unit for conversion. And for cost of unit transfer out, I will take unit transfer to the next department times with cost per equivalent unit and do the same for conversion. And total, I will take the total of unit transfer out for materials and conversion. I will sum both of them. And then for cost reconciliation, cost of beginning work in process inventory, I will take cost of beginning work in process inventory for materials and conversion. I will total both of it. And for cost added to production during the period, I will sum materials and conversion together, and total cost to be counted for, I will sum total cost of beginning work and cost added to the production during the period. And as for cost accounted for as follows: cost of ending work in process inventory, cost of unit transferred out, and total cost accounted for. I will added sum two of them to get the total cost accounted for. That's all from me. Thank you.